everyone, I'm Meg.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
And today we are going to watch Batman Begins.
Yes!
I have never seen this movie.
I've seen it a bunch of times. It's one of my favorite movies.
How many times would you say?
Probably 5, 6 times.
Okay.
Like, since it came out.
And then when was the last time do you think that you watched it?
Before I met you, so it's been at least 6 years.
I noticed, because we live together, I noticed that you have quite a few Batman comics.
Oh, yes.
So when did your Batman comic phase start?
Well, my Batman comic phase started in high school.
Oh, okay.
When I heard what a graphic novel was. Somebody explained it to me, and I didn't realize that comics came in like novel form. And the movie Watchmen came out, and I loved Watchmen, so I bought Watchmen, and then I read it. And then I was like, oh, there are a lot of really good iconic graphic novels. And one of them that I found was the second one I ever read.
Sorry.
The second one I ever read was a Frank Miller Batman is The Dark Knight Returns.
Interesting one to start with.
Yeah, he's like 60 in it. So it's like the end of his career. But yeah, that's when it high school. That's a really long-winded way of saying high school.
But then you were reinvigorated by me, huh?
I really, really was.
If you're new here, I am a brand new DC fan. I went from knowing next to nothing. Like, I would literally just meme about how I couldn't tell if a character was Marvel or DC. And I hadn't seen most of the Marvel movies. And now I've watched a lot of Batman the Animated Series, played through all of the Arkham games. We watched some of the animated universe, watching Superman stuff. So I'm a big nerd about it now.
Way bigger Batman fan than me now.
No, it's not comparison. And people even say, they're like, you're a new Batman fan. They wouldn't call you a new Batman fan.
No, you've absorbed more content than I have. More Batman content.
Are you sure? Because I don't know about that. We watched the 2019.
Yeah, the Rob Pattinson one.
Matt Reeves Batman, and I loved it. But that was even before I read the comics or played the games. So.
Right. I think it was just like I was super into the Arkham games, and I had read like 5 or 6 of the graphic novels. But Batman, I considered it like one of my favorite things.
I know you did. That was something I learned about when I would ask you, what's your favorite superhero when we started talking, and you said Batman.
And it's still Batman.
Yeah, not for me. Just kidding. I can't say that on a Batman video. I've just been watching more Superman stuff, and so Superman is hitting harder for me. But maybe after watching this, I'll say Batman. But, like, I don't know, my favorite universe would be Batman. My favorite villains would be Batman.
Yeah.
But, like, my favorite superhero, I love Clark.
And that makes a lot of sense. That kind of reframes it. I'd have to think about it, really.
Yeah, because I always say when people say their favorite superhero is Batman, is they actually mean everyone else. Right. Like, the whole cast of characters.
Bruce himself, he's interesting, but the villains are more interesting.
Yes, and I feel like they reflect certain parts of himself, especially Two-Face, Joker.
Oh, yeah.
They're all reflections of him. But sorry, there's so much to say before this. I have never seen this one. I have seen the second one when I was a kid. I don't know why. I just vaguely remember going to like a movie theater and watching it.
Yeah, it was like super popular. So it was the thing to do.
Yeah, and I was younger, and like Heath Ledger scared the bejesus out of me. But then I watched, oh my gosh, have you watched that Heath Ledger movie where he's on the stands and he's singing for the girl? Oh, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah,
and
I haven't watched it, but I've seen that scene.
It?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
That.
He's so cute in it. He's such a
He was so brilliant.
But we'll get to that in The Dark Knight. This one, 2 things. I'm a huge Christian Bale fan because I loved him from Newsies, okay? From Newsies. And the reason I found out about him was because my school did an illegal version of Newsies, and I was Jack. So I watched his movie over and over and over and over, and I thought he was so cute and talented and lovely. And so I've actually really liked Christian Bale for a while. And watching the trailer, I'm just like, oh, the Newsies fans know, okay? He worked his butt off. Apparently Newsies, like, the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. It's like a cult following. But they worked those little kids so hard. And, like,
can dance.
The choreography had to be perfect. But another thing is we love Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Yes, we love Peaky Blinders. We're pretty obsessed, and I had no idea he was in this. And also, Scarecrow is very interesting to me. He scares the shit out of me. He's one of the scariest villains ever because he's a psychologist. Usually, he knows people. He's interested in their fears. I had terrible nightmares last night, and I was like, Scarecrow. Scarecrow would have a field day with me.
He knew you'd be watching this today. Like all the versions of Scarecrow came together because they knew you were watching Cillian Murphy's.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're gonna haunt her tonight.
I just know he's gonna be awesome. And I heard that this was like a bigger role for him. Anything else? Katie Holmes is a Scientologist.
I'm Batman.
But I think she's separating herself from Scientology.
That's good.
I think she took her kid out.
That's fantastic.
I know.
She's now
but Tom Cruise is
suppressive person or whatever it's called.
Oh, like a ghost person or whatever.
Yeah,
that
like,
you can't talk to them once they
right.
I'm just so excited.
I think this is actually what sparked my Batman fandom. This movie, because I was in 6th grade and I remember watching it at my friend's house and just loving it. Like I'm very excited to watch you watch Batman Begins. So it might just be a lot of me doing this.
And the cool thing is, I feel like you're a reflection of a lot of older Batman fans because it's the same thing for them. They've watched the animated series. They've read these comics a bunch of times. They've probably seen this so many times. Mm-hmm. I'm a pretty rare thing to not have really any knowledge. Like, it just was it was my upbringing. Like I lived as an expat and like we just didn't go to see movies and stuff.
And I love that it's one of those superheroes, not like a lot of superheroes, that everyone that's alive now has like their Batman, you know?
But what would this be our Batman?
I feel like Christian Bale would be my Batman because it's in my formative years. It was him playing Batman.
But then what about, for me, I think it would be Kevin Conroy because that was what got me into it was the games and then the animated series.
And for some people, it's the one that the guy
Ben
that played
Affleck?
Birdman, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's.
Apparently Ben Affleck wasn't
Keaton's,
that bad.
No, right. Some people love Ben Affleck. Michael Keaton was iconic.
Stiller.
Not George Clooney.
Okay, well, I do plan on watching we want to watch all of these.
Oh, Batman and Robin. We have to watch Batman
I see. It's on HBO Max.
Okay,
I saw it and I was like, is this going to spoil us for the rest of them?
No. It's the first Batman movie I watched when I was like 7.
Batman and Robin?
It's ridiculous.
Like, are we going to be able to sit through it?
I mean, it's terrible, but it's like terrible in a watchable way.
I have like a positive,
like The Room
outlook. Yeah,
it's like that. It's like really, it's just so campy and cheesy.
Okay, cool.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I like that then.
And Uma Thurman.
Oh, it's Poison Ivy. I saw pictures. She looked hot. That's all I need. Anyways, let's get started.
Let's watch it. The hat's not staying on. It's
look at that though. It's beautiful. You got some Heath Ledger hair, just black. I'm sorry if I cry. Please don't make us watch his parents' death for the millionth time. Oh, Rachel's a kid.
Yeah,
I didn't know
like
who
his
Rachel
childhood
was.
friend.
Okay. From Arrowhead. I found one of those. It was always very exciting finding one of those.
That's pretty cool.
You've never found one?
No. I didn't know there was something that people just found.
Wait. What? Mr. Alfred. Oh, it's the bats. His fear.
Did you have dream? Nightmare?
Bruce, you're a billionaire. What are you doing?
Now's the time to seize the day.
Stop. He's in Santa Fe.
My old friend.
You are in hell, little man. And I am the devil.
You're not the devil. You're practice.
Well, that is very Batman. already. Oh. That's a lot of rage. Oh, where are you, dude? Oh, this is his traveling.
Right.
I don't need protection. Protection for that?
That's funny.
He pushed counter a lot.
Yeah.
Why?
I counted 6, Mr. Wayne.
Oh.
How do you know my name?
The world is too small for someone like Bruce Wayne to disappear. My name is merely Ducard, but I speak for Raz Al Ghul, a man greatly
I thought he
feared by
was
everyone.
Ra's al Ghul.
Raz.
Offering you the path. You have become truly lost. The path of the League of Shadows.
The vigilantes.
No. He's just a man lost in the scramble for his own gratification. He can be destroyed or locked up. If you devote yourself to an ideal, then you become something else entirely. Legend, Mr. Wayne. There is a rare blue flower that grows on the eastern slopes. Pick one of these flowers.
Oh, he's so
fresh-faced,
cute.
rosy-cheeked.
Yeah. That's our buddy.
He is.
That's our boy.
It's our pal.
He is. Whoa. I know that Matt Reeves' Batman got a lot of flack for like Batman failing so much. And even in this, it's like he's so messy. He's so full of rage. He doesn't know what to do. He needs that discipline. So
He is truly lost.
failure is Batman's origin. That's what it is. Trauma and failure. So that looks like Ra's temple. Is that Ra's al Ghul?
What are you seeking?
The means to fight injustice.
That's a pretty flower.
Death does not wait for you.
Oh! He's like,
There's that special set of skills that
Yeah.
he was talking about.
it's very hard not to love Liam Neeson.
What do you fear?
That's a part of it.
Bruce. You'll be okay.
His dad? His dada? It's great to see his parents for a little bit.
Why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Oh.
He really looks like him. Christian Bale.
The bats again.
Oh, it's a recurring thing.
You know why they attacked you, don't you? They were afraid of you.
Afraid of me,
All creatures feel fear,
even the scary ones.
especially the scary ones. You think your mother will like him?
Those pearls. No! No! Turn around! Turn around!
But the city's been suffering. So we built a new, cheap public transportation system to unite the city.
That's
where
so
you work?
beautiful.
No, I work at the hospital.
Oh. Why can't billionaires make trains like that?
Because then they won't make as much money. Batman the musical.
Oh.
Can we go?
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Let's go.
Because you asked them to leave. It's not your fault.
Let's go.
No! No! No!
Wallace, Joey, come on, fast.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I said Joey.
Bruce, don't be afraid.
Never any less devastating, no matter how many different versions of it.
Oh.
Is this your father's? It's okay.
Oh, Jim.
There you go.
It's Loeb.
good news. We got him, son.
That's good news. I've always wondered why he didn't go after his parents' killer, but I guess they just got him. And you could see he was scared. The killer was scared.
He was
We'll be watching the Empire.
the same as
Grow
the
up,
bats.
they'll be
Like,
waiting
you
for you.
know why they attacked you.
Yeah, exactly.
Alfred, it was my fault, Alfred. I made them interfere. If I hadn't gotten scared,
It was nothing that you did. It was him, and him alone.
I missed him so much.
So do I, Master Bruce.
Do you still feel responsible for your parents' death?
My anger outweighs my guilt.
I mean, it could be argued that it was like, I obviously don't believe this, but that Thomas gave her the pearls. You know, like that's just such a dangerous way of thinking, because there's so many little moments
Sorry.
that led to that.
You can,
Oh, hell
you can
yeah.
you can always find a way to blame yourself.
Yeah.
Disappear.
Stealth.
Ninja understands that invisibility is a matter of patience.
It's a tutorial.
Yay! I have chills.
Ninjutsu employs explosive powders. Theatricality and deception are powerful agents. Become
Yes!
more than just a man in the mind of your opponent. He was a farmer, and he tried to take his neighbor's land and became a murderer. Crime cannot be tolerated. Anger does not change the fact that your father failed to act.
The man had a gun.
Would that stop you?
No, his dad.
Had training.
The training.
His dad got scared, and that's what happened. He like went to protect her and got scared.
And it was that like impulse.
It was that
sudden
act.
movement.
Yeah.
Yield. You haven't beaten me. You have sacrificed sure footing for a killing stroke.
I love that fight because you can hear the cracks in the ice throughout the entire thing. Like every time he drops a fact,
I didn't.
you hear an ice crack.
I didn't hear that.
And so if he was paying attention and not blinded by his anger,
One day you catch yourself wishing the person you loved had never existed. So you'd be spared your pain. Once I had a wife.
Are you Raish?
Was taken from me. Like you, I was.
I don't think you're due card.
Why could you not avenge your parents?
Will you be heading back to Princeton after the hearing, sir? Or I've prepared the master bedroom.
No. My room will be fine.
With all due respect, sir, Wayne Manor is your house.
This place is a mausoleum. If I have my way, I'll pull the damn thing down brick by brick. Why do you give a damn, Alfred? It's not your family.
Because a good man once made me responsible for what was most precious to him.
Oh,
Did I just bury the past out there with my parents, Alfred?
so angsty.
Just know that there are those of us who care about what you do with your future.
Oh,
Haven't given up on me yet.
nope.
Never.
Never, never. I love this, Alfred. Oh, so gentle, so precious.
I'm not staying, Rachel.
You're just back for the hearing. What Chill did is unforgivable.
Then why's your boss letting him go?
In prison, he shared a cell with Carmine Falcone.
Not a day goes by that I don't wish I could take back what I did.
But the city isn't gonna change, so he's just gonna be released and be desperate still. Oh. Oh, someone else did. Falcone says hi. Oh my god.
You don't need to see this.
I do.
Yep.
Falcone paid him off to get Chill out in the open.
Maybe I should be thanking them.
Justice is about harmony. Revenge is about you making yourself feel better. That is why we have an impartial system.
Oh, your system is broken.
Oh. Literally, Falcone paid off the judge.
right.
So how is it impartial?
They talk about the Depression as if it's history, and it's not.
Oh.
No, Falcone may not have killed your parents, Bruce. But he's destroying everything that they stood for. What chance does Gotham have when the good people do nothing?
Okay, Rachel, jeez.
I would be ashamed of you.
Oh, I mean,
I mean, at least he told her.
yeah. I interpreted him saying as I need to see it as like, I need to see this so I never even consider this again. That, don't tell me that's Falcone. No. Is that Falcone?
It is.
Oh my god, no way. Why'd they cast him like that?
Look around you. You'll see 2 councilmen, a union official, a couple off-duty cops, and a judge. Now, I wouldn't have a second's hesitation in blowing your head off right here and right now in front of them. You haven't thought about your lady friend down in the DA's office. You haven't thought about your old butler. Bang! Now you think, because your mommy and your daddy got shot, you know about the ugly side of life, but you don't.
Ooh.
You've never tasted desperate. They said your father begged for mercy. Begged.
No. Okay, nice.
What? Your jacket? Okay.
Okay.
Let me have it. It's a nice coat. Be careful who sees you with that. It's a nice coat.
He really looks like a 20-year-old kid.
So he traveled. Okay. Don't you need a passport?
On a boat.
I learned the fear before a crime and the thrill of success.
What was your friend Ewan? Tell that to the guy who owned these.
Oh my god. This reminds me of Scarecrow stuff.
You fear your own power. You fear your anger. You must journey inwards.
This is Scarecrow's flower. So how did he get it? No. Like really, really, really bad mushrooms.
Yeah.
Just guaranteed bad trip mushrooms. Imagine if he had gone the opera route instead of the bat route. The opera man.
I'm Batman.
Feel terror cloud your senses. And know that this power can be yours. Embrace your worst fear.
Is that a coffin? The box.
You cannot leave any sign.
Bro, who is that? If that is not Raish, I'm gonna cackle.
You are ready to lead these men. You are ready to become a member of the League of Shadows.
No, thank you. This is where he says no.
Your compassion is a weakness your enemies will not share.
That's why it's so important. It separates us from them.
Gotham's time has come. Like Constantinople or Rome.
Oh, it's like this. So just wipe it out? Oh.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Yes, but I will not become an executioner.
Bruce, please.
Please. Come on. Do it. Are you gonna kill... No. Sorry, I'm got Assassin's Creed on the brain. Yeah, and they literally chose a criminal that's like the farmer who murdered to steal land.
Right.
So they tried to get close to his heart, and it didn't even work then.
I love how he's like Azrael right now. Like he has a sword.
Why are you like...
Because it was like when the things fell, it was like a bunch of like little teeny tiny 2x4s.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fell on him.
And then blood.
And he died instantly.
Okay, so did he murder all these people through the knife thing?
I guess so.
Does he not consider it murder because it's kind of an accident?
Yeah, it was an accident.
Okay.
I think he was just looking more for a distraction.
Yeah. Oh my god. Ouchie.
Whew. Oh yeah, because all the explosives in there.
Oh
All
right,
the
and that's not his
gunpowders and
fault.
stuff.
That is not his fault.
That's a hell of a bicep curl.
Oh my god.
I will tell him you saved his life.
That's a grown up now.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Private Jet. Hell yeah. Master Bruce.
Master Wayne.
No.
Yes, I have. You look very fashionable.
I'm going to show the people of Gotham their city doesn't belong to the criminals and the corrupt. As a symbol, I can be incorruptible. I can be everlasting.
He's like, uh-oh.
You've been gone 7 years.
You have me declared dead?
Well, actually, it was Mr. Earl. He's taking the company public. He wanted to liquidate.
No.
Well, it's a good thing I left everything to you then.
Quite so, sir. And you can borrow the rolls if you like. Your full tank.
Sassy Alfred is the best.
I love him.
In my opinion, Mr. Zsasz is as much a danger to himself as to others.
Zsasz!
The best environment for his rehabilitation.
Oh, perfect!
Dr. Crane?
Mr.
This is the third of Carmine Falcone's thugs you've had declared insane and moved into your asylum.
The work offered by organized crime must have an attraction to the insane.
Or the corrupt.
Bless you back again, sir.
Is that a bell? I love that. I love the year one origin where he realizes it. He rings the bell for Alfred, and he's like thinking of unaliving himself. And the bat comes in, and he rings the bell for Alfred to help him. But this is really cool too.
Yeah, I feel like it's inspired. All of these movies are inspired by
but they're just
form.
it's their own take on it. It's really cool. Oh, it's beautiful! Like, I've never seen anything that shows the discovery of the Batcave either.
Hey.
It's really cool. I love getting this much origin.
It's a lot of time dedicated to
Yes,
it. It's
I
awesome.
love it. Oh, he's so much calmer.
Someone is sniffing around.
Hey, I scratch your back.
His voice is so different from Tommy.
I know.
Shelby.
I am more than aware that you are not intimidated by me, Mr. Falcone. But you know who I'm working for. And when he gets here...
He's coming to Gotham.
Joker?
Who's bothering you?
There's a girl at the DA's office.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to know.
Yes, you do.
You could see in his eyes he wanted to know.
I don't think that Thomas Wayne would have viewed heavy arms manufacture as a suitable corner.
Oh my god, is he just gonna, like, drop in like a badass?
Good morning, Mr. Earl. Name?
Bruce Wayne.
He's loving it. Oh my god, yes.
Eye on the ball.
Oh my god.
Bruce, you're supposed to be dead. Sorry to disappoint.
Hell yeah.
I am looking for a job.
Oh?
I just want to get to know the company that my family built. Applied Sciences caught my eye.
Fox Department. Welcome home.
Environmental procedures.
He's gonna F you up as Batman, that's for sure. Yes!
Not in production, on any level whatsoever.
Make me a Batmobile!
Place to keep me from causing the board any more trouble.
So you just been experimenting and stuff? He's so cute.
You knew my father?
Oh yeah. Help him build his train.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Gas-powered magnetic grapple gun, 350-pound test monofilament.
Music to my ears.
Monofilament.
No mech survival suit for advanced.
Oh, this is so cool. This is perfect. It's very realistic.
Why didn't they put it into production?
Bean counters didn't think a soldier's life was worth 300 grand. So, what's your
But a
interest?
tank
Of course,
is.
yeah.
A tank is.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna borrow it for spelunking.
All of this stuff is yours anyway.
Oh, Lucius. I love that you can tell, like, Thomas really attracted the right people. And he's finding his way to those people. Charming.
Except for Mr. Earl.
It's cool to see him working on it, too. I literally have not seen anything like this. This is so cool. I feel like I needed to see this. Yeah.
Father was involved in the Underground Railroad.
Oh.
Secretly transporting freed slaves to the north. And I suspect these cabins came in handy.
He doesn't give a shit. I love it. I mean that in a way, like, he is not a perfect... Bruce is not perfect.
No,
he's
far
young
from it.
and he's just, like, really focused on this idea. He's old. So cute.
The main part of this cow from Singapore.
Via Dummy Corporation.
Indeed. And then quite separately, we place an order to a Chinese.
Yes, Alfred.
How large?
Say, 10,000.
Well, at least we'll have spare.
Yes. He's like supportive in a cute way. I don't think he understands the gravity of it yet, but
He's just like, I love your activity.
yeah, he sees him excited. It's cute. He
his
sees him as a
project.
boy again.
In a town this big, who's there to ride to anyway?
Whoa.
It's funny, but it's also true.
I know. I
Jeez.
love this Gordon.
I love Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He's the bomb.
I forgot it was Gary Oldman. That's just how good he is.
And he
Like,
transforms.
He
Like,
does.
he really,
I'm like,
really-
oh, that's Sirius Black.
I didn't realize Sirius Black was Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I know. He's a fantastic.
Until like a few years ago.
Yes, here we go.
One of the few.
Mm-hmm.
Carmine Falcone brings in shipments of drugs every week. Who are you? Watch for my son.
Wait, what is that?
Stapler.
He's gone. Oh.
And
There and it begins. Iconic.
I love that it shows him escaping. Like,
When he
doesn't
says
just-
and we're two, did he mean him and Batman, or did he mean him and Gordon? Like, we're in this together now.
I think him and Gordon.
that. That's what I was hoping. Yes, you idiot. You need wings. I love seeing him be an idiot. This is...
What the hell was that? Just some
Literally.
What is it today? More spelunking?
It literally is spelunking right now, though.
Space jumping.
How can they say no to that? His face. Like, it makes so much sense why they're working with him and giving him what he wants. Like, he's so cute.
Very charming.
And happy for the first time.
But don't think of me as an idiot.
Fair enough.
Right.
Want the tumbler? Oh, you wouldn't be interested in that.
Please.
Does it come in black?
Oh, I love this. I love seeing how these gadgets work. I feel like a little boy. I don't know. I feel like I'm in my little boy phase. This is so cool. Girls can like Batman too. I was just kidding.
Pattering.
Why bats lost away?
That's frightened me. It's time my enemies shared my dread.
Hell yeah. I can't imagine growing up watching the animated series and like just loving Batman and they come out with this. Like, I would die.
Good job, Christopher. Oh.
What is this?
I think it's Crane. Oh my god. Oh, it's Batman! See, that's why it's so freaking cool, because Batman basically turns into a villain. Like, he's a villain like them.
He's terrifying.
Yeah, he's so scary. Oh! Sorry. They're so stupid in the animated series too. And they can be pretty hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Sorry.
Nice coat.
Oh. Oh no.
And the train is so dilapidated
Rachel?
now.
Oh, that's a great detail that you noticed.
Falcone sent them to kill you.
What's this?
Leverage.
Oh.
What?
To get things moving.
Who are you?
Someone like you. Someone who'll rattle the cages.
I like his Batman voice.
And did you notice he didn't have it when he was talking to Gordon? It was more like a whisper.
He wasn't Batman yet.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I have a present for you. It's when Una brings like a sock to us. That's so cool.
Right?
He's like, I'm trying not to think this is really cool, but it's pretty cool. But I'm not going to let anyone know that I think this is really cool.
That's pretty epic.
This guy did deliver us one of the city's biggest crime lords.
No one takes the law into their own hands in my city.
That's your nocturnal.
I love his room. I love that he made his room his own.
And that he slept into 3 p.m. It's a fun little detail.
If those are to be the first of many injuries to come, it would be wise to find a suitable excuse.
Alfred, you're so smart.
You start pretending to have fun, you might even have a little by accident.
Oh, he wants him to live as pompous because he didn't get a pompous, like, billionaire playboy.
Coast Guard picked up one of our cargo ships last night.
Mm-hmm. And what?
Heavily damaged, all crew missing. The ship was carrying a prototype weapon. It's a microwave emitter.
What are you guys doing with Wayne Enterprises?
It uses focus microwaves to vaporize the enemy's water supply.
It's evil.
You can't take the law into your own hands.
At least he's getting something done.
Bruce, help me out here.
Guy dresses up like a bat. Clearly has issues.
Sir, the pool is for decoration and your friends do not have swimming.
I'm buying this hotel and setting some new rules about the pool area.
Yes! Alfred was right. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful face change.
Can't change the world on your own.
What choice do I have when you're too busy swimming? It's what you do that defines you.
What?
Yeah.
Like, didn't even give him a chance to fucking, like,
It's just very judgmental. She's
yeah,
extremely
and he is
judgmental.
doing really good things.
And she assaulted him.
I know. Does anyone here
basically
like
punched
Rachel?
him.
I know about your experiments with the inmates of your nut house.
He's already started.
Now, I've been bringing your stuff in.
Creepy.
So,
would you like to see my mask?
Oh. No.
I use it in my experiment.
I don't want it. No, I don't want to see it. No.
Well, he's not faking. Not that one. I'll talk to the judge and see if I can get him moved.
The law set up a massive task force to catch you.
He thinks
Really? That's where the taxpayers' money is going?
I think you're trying to help.
Oh.
But I've been wrong before.
Oh. Who?
Probably other cops.
Cops.
Yeah. Same.
Rebel guys!
Where were the other
I swear to God. Something else in the drugs.
Cops only go there when they're enforced.
do I look like a cop?
We don't want to know what's in Mr. Falcone's crate.
All it takes is just like one tip of the scale and then they start getting scared. I get desperate. Oh. Didn't remember that part.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Gotham's like a more exaggerated version of New York.
Aww. You recognize him?
No?
It's you, isn't it? Everybody's been talking about you.
Oh.
It's Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Why did you have to ruin it like that? Do you remember how we watched the animated series Scarecrow episode together? Doesn't he remind you a lot of that one?
Yeah.
Because it showed him a lot as the psychologist version.
And I love that they show us this part.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, we get it. He's scary with a mask, but this is...
He's also really smart.
Yes, really smart and uses psychology to... I sometimes can't tell if it's Batman or another scary person. No! No!
Take a seat. Have a drink.
I hate maggots.
For my opinion, you need to lighten up.
Oh.
That means Batman saw the maggots too, so he's scared of maggots too. But I have a big fear of them, and usually it represents death, which a lot of us have a fear of death. Of course he has a fear of death.
Of course.
It's trauma. Oh.
I feel like that's the version of the Bell in the Cave that they went with.
Yeah, you're right.
How long was I out? 2 days.
Scarecrow. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh.
You have been hanging out in the wrong clubs, Mr. Wayne.
I called Mr. Fox after the first day.
I analyzed your blood, isolating the risk.
I mean, I understand.
My boss has been missing for 2 days, which in this town means that I should probably start.
I feel
by
bad for
looking
her
at the
now.
bottom of the river.
Rachel.
Sorry, Rachel.
You enjoy your party, Bruce. Some of us have work to do.
You be careful.
Stop taunting him in this way if you're just gonna be... What is wrong with you?
It's supposed to be a cute moment, but it's
But it's just like the meanness, yeah.
And I get her frustration.
Because he's just like a freaking playboy right now.
Well, and he's been gone, and they probably like made
Shouldn't say
plans
hi
as
to him.
kids to like help people and stuff. Did you fuel up, Bruce? Make sure you get your protein and your veggies.
I'm merging your department with archives, and I'm firing you.
Don't give him his materials. Just get out of there.
I have to say, I like this for Falcone. Falcone caused way more trouble in the Long Halloween.
Can you imagine that being like a sentence?
Yeah.
Like you are hereby sentenced to a life of insanity.
Oh,
Isn't it
God, I hate
convenient
it.
for a 52-year-old man who has no history
Oh,
of
she's
mental
smart.
illness to suddenly have a complete psychotic breakdown just when he's about to be indicted?
She's smart.
Patients suffering delusional episodes often focus their paranoia on an external tormentor. In this case, a scarecrow.
Oh, you're so smart.
Psychopharmacology is my primary.
The way he's staring at her, not breaking eye contact, is so psychopathic.
Creepy. He's not really blinking.
No.
I've already paged Dr. Lehman at County General.
Girl, you gotta be careful. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry for everything I said. You're about to get effed up, and you don't deserve it.
This is where we make the medicine.
That's messed up.
How knows you're here?
The Batman.
How does he not sniff some of the drug when he sprays it?
Maybe he's got an antidote.
Well, the mask.
Yeah.
I give her a concentrated dose. The mind can only take so much. Now, go.
Oh! he's not afraid to use a gun. Oh my God.
As a kid,
This is
I
literally
thought,
the missions in the game.
yeah. As a kid, I thought they were powered by the machine gun.
Oh.
Taste of your own medicine, doctor.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Who are you working for?
The sludge.
Roz, how cool? How cool is dead? Who are you working for?
Wait. I thought it was Joker. No.
SWAT's on the way.
Hey.
Gordon
That's
ain't
my
afraid
buddy.
of nothing.
That's my pal. Aw, you got your boy.
Crane's been smuggling his toxin hidden inside Falcone's drugs and then dumping it into the water supply. What is that? Back up.
Bat up.
Oh, nice.
Get my car. I brought mine. I gotta get me one of those.
It's a black
Thing. Yes, I want it. Please, can I have it?
Yeah, sure.
Stay calm. You've been poisoned, but this is really happening to you. I'm driving very recklessly in here.
It's okay though. We're in a tank.
Yeah, it's true.
They're underground. Lock that ramp.
Should have left him more space.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is like Arkham Knight with the freaking Batmobile missions.
Who is this guy?
What street is he taking?
He's not on a street. He's flying on
Yes. Poor Rachel.
Jesus, Bruce.
Imagine being like on the worst trip of your life and just get in the car like this. You know, Christian Bale's wife is a stunt driver, and he said that she was actually in one of the cars behind him.
Coming right up on his butt.
Stealth mode activated.
Stay with me.
Oh. Chilling at this point.
Oh, they're going to the Batcave. Shit. Nice.
Perfect.
I love how he could not do this without his people.
Dr. Crane.
Rest. Gordon has Crane.
Imagine she's mean to Batman too.
Rest on this steel table.
Yeah, wait, they could have gotten her a couch. Wait,
Warner. He's just like,
did you just put her to sleep?
yes.
What? That wasn't the antidote?
He gave her the antidote already.
And just sedated her?
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna give you a sedative. You're gonna go
Why?
to sleep. I guess he didn't want her to find out where she was.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say like he didn't want her to keep talking.
But he lost inside this monster of yours.
Oh.
I'm using this monster to help other people just like my father did.
For Thomas Wayne, helping others wasn't about proving anything to anyone, including himself.
It's Rachel, Alfred. She was dying.
It's not just your name, sir. It's your father's name. And it's all that's left of him. Don't destroy it.
Oh my god. There's Earl.
Mr. Earl.
Hey, Mr. Earl.
I want to help you disperse an inhaler.
What?
Unless you have a microwave emitter powerful enough to vaporize all the water in the mains. A microwave emitter like the one Wayne Enterprises just misplaced.
Hell yeah, Lucius.
Misplaced?
Thank you. Lucius and Alfred are more effective than Bruce. They are more Bruce in this, or they're more Batman in this.
They're
awesome.
all
I
Batman.
love that. Yeah. And it's a symbol, like Raish taught him.
Right.
It has to be bigger than
It's
him.
more than a man.
There's somebody here you simply must meet.
Mrs. Delane,
Now,
shut up.
Am I pronouncing this
Oh,
right?
God.
Mr. Ras Al Ghul.
Ras Al Ghul? Wait. Shaved his head? Oh.
You're not Ra's al Ghul.
This motherfucker is definitely Ra's al Ghul. If that's the most Ra's al Ghul I've ever seen.
Parlor tricks to conceal your true identity.
Yes.
Enough.
He's trying to be atrocious and get them to leave.
All you phonies.
Yeah!
All you two-faced friends, you sycophantic suck-ups. Please go.
Stop. This toxin is derived from the organic compound found in our blue flowers. He was able to weaponize it.
You are going to release Crane's poison on the entire city.
Then watch Gotham tear itself apart through fear.
And then what? You guys just swoop in and you make a new city and what?
They're like Thanos. They didn't think it through.
You are my greatest student. It should be you standing by my side, saving the world.
I'll be standing where I belong. Between you and the people of Gotham.
When the forest grows too wild, a purging fire is inevitable.
But that's not our control. Like, how conceited to think that you're Mother Nature.
Their deaths galvanized the city into saving itself, and Gotham has limped on ever since. We are back to finish the job.
So they created so much poverty.
I am gonna stop you.
Oh, he used Batman voice. He used Batman voice. Oh.
Justice is balance. You burned my house and left me for dead.
No, he saved you.
Consider us even.
No, see, yeah, he literally saved you. He didn't know it was your house. Also, that is emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And that's against what you teach.
You're afraid.
That's a ruckus that you're causing. It's not actually justice.
Oh,
He's got a very
God.
skewed, misguided idea. But that's our race.
Right.
It's a very good depiction, I feel.
These
Are you serious right now? They're burning Wayne Manor?
Yeah! Oh my God, Alfred!
Oh, let's go, let's go!
Oh my God.
Serious?
The Wayne legacy is more than bricks and mortars.
I wanted to save Gotham. I failed.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
I wish I had that kind of love from a freaking caregiver. That's so precious. Scarecrow's horse. Sorry,
my
I'm very
God.
excited for that. Scarecrow has a horse. Yay, good job.
Good
Our mutual
job.
friend.
I can't find my mom. Hey!
He's like, I know what you grow up to be. You grow up to be Joffrey. You little shit.
Gentlemen,
What?
time to spread the word.
Oh God.
These are your men.
And the word is...
The bird. This is like Arkham Knight. Oh, and the kids? Babies? Dogs?
They created the bubonic plague.
Dogs
So
and cats?
I don't think they care.
The bats are gonna be so scared.
Right there.
Like Yuna, if she smelled that, that'd be so sad.
I never thought of that. That's so true.
And like babies who have no idea what's going on. Like, seriously.
Oh.
Oh no, 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 no. Don't shoot, don't shoot.
Nice.
Gordon and Rachel are gonna double-handedly do this.
This is Commissioner Loeb.
Hey, Loeb.
Come on, somebody talk to me.
Talk to me.
How is your Batman
Come on,
search
somebody
going?
talk to me.
How is that probably $1 million Batman search going for you?
Fantastic.
Hey, it's okay.
Oh.
It's gonna hurt you.
Of course they are.
Crane?
No, Scarecrow. There's nobody left to send them.
Hey.
Oh, I'm on my own?
Nope.
What do you need?
Can you drive stick?
Scarecrow.
Think of fear. But fear itself.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Taser face.
Batman will save us.
Oh.
Don't peek.
Yes.
This is Gordon.
He said I want me one of those,
Yeah.
and he gets to drive it. Yeah.
Wait.
Who are you?
At least tell me your name.
Bruce Wayne.
It's not who I am underneath.
Okay. He told her.
Bruce?
I'm sorry, Bruce.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've a city to destroy.
He's just like so chill about it.
Oh,
That's so awesome. This is so cool. Oh my god. How are they gonna top this? Nice, Gordon.
Whoa. It's a hell of a ride.
He's so chill. It scares me. Student versus mentor.
You will never learn.
No, you will never learn.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's a
Can we
fast
slow
train.
it down a little bit?
Nice ride.
Hey, thanks.
That's why you couldn't fight injustice, and that's why you can't stop this train. Consider anything about stopping it. You've never learned to mind your surroundings.
Oh!
I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you.
It's Ra's al Ghul. He doesn't die. Did they just ignore that part of Ra's al Ghul's character? I feel like it's pretty essential. But in Batman's eyes, he's dead. He did not save him. I love that. That's gonna stick with me.
I'm not gonna kill you.
But I don't have to save you. That's your buddy. Yeah. That's your bestie. Oh, I love this gym.
We need to make a secret handshake, Batman.
Yes.
Fuck. I seem to remember firing you.
You did. I got another job. Yours.
Whose authority? Makes you think you can decide who's running Wayne Enterprises? Well, the fact that I'm the owner. What are you talking about?
Didn't you get the memo?
Oh!
I never stopped thinking about you. About us. And when I heard you were back,
Please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. Damn it.
Then I found out about your mask. Oh, this
Caleb.
is your mask.
Did you know about this?
About what?
Did you remember this?
The criminals now fear.
Yeah.
What is happening with this character? Girl!
Exactly. She can't
Shit
accept
together.
it for who he is.
Yeah, literally. At least she's being honest.
Why'd she kiss him before she was like...
No, that's... There's gonna be Talia, there's gonna be Catwoman, there's gonna be Poison Ivy. Oh.
What will you do?
Caleb.
You were leaving. Where are you going? She's walking toward the trees.
Not just the way it was. That puts some
This
improvements.
might be a good opportunity for improving the foundations.
Okay, I'm not depressed then. Yes! Yay! Nice.
I couldn't find any mob bosses.
Oh, he was the
Well, it's lieutenant now. You really started something. I still haven't picked up Crane or half the inmates of Arkham that he freed.
We will.
We
can bring
Take this guy. Taste for the theatrical, like you.
I'll look into it.
You're about to meet the love of your life.
I never said thank you.
And you'll never have to.
That's like my favorite movie ever. I know. I mean, Dark Knight comes after this, so it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
But that is one of my. I could watch that over and over and over.
It's so good.
I thought it would
It's
be
so
like
good.
Marvel.
I love that movie.
It was just as someone who's like a new Batman fan, but I started with some OG stuff with like the animated series and the games. It just was so awesome to see how true they stayed to the comics and like just how inspired they were by them. It's just like little things. And I don't know if Raish comes back because I know that they center on the Joker and whatever, but I wonder if they address the fact that he's immortal.
Yeah,
if that's true.
My interpretation of it is that like the immortality is an idea.
Oh, okay.
And that
I mean, it does get into kind of like supernatural.
Right, yeah.
Which...
And it could be like but I know that because Raish just always changes the image of Raish, and so it might just be like a line of people that are behind the scenes, but then they put
and it also means that the League of Shadows won't die with him.
Right. And if it goes back as far back as like the bubonic plague and the fall of Rome,
right? Then like, it's gonna stick around. I just wonder if
it's
Talia
like Assassins
comes
and
in.
Templars.
Yeah, I do wonder about Talia and if she shows up. I love all of the casting. It was literally perfect. I feel like Christian Bale does an amazing job.
He does, and like when you think Christian Bale, you don't really think Batman. Like you think
he has a
wouldn't be
humility
able to get
him.
Yeah, and he's extremely charming. He's playful.
No, that's something that's probably my favorite part of this is that he allowed himself to have fun and smile, because there's so many Batmans that think it's very serious, but with Kevin too, it was just, there was a lot of enjoying it. And like Alfred said, like, you can enjoy it, you might have a little fun.
Yeah,
you know. And he didn't get a chance to be a college boy or like live a spontaneous life, so it's kind of happening delayed, and that's why they're just excited for him.
And Alfred's like, go try to have a little fun. You never know, you might enjoy it.
Exactly. While you're pretending, and you can tell he likes the pretending. He's a good actor, and that's something in the animated series that they showcase. Like, he's a good detective, and with that comes like undercover, a good actor. Like, Bruce Wayne is a character.
Yeah.
And also it's like who he would have been if he didn't have Batman, or I don't know, it's just like a different potential personality for him, but he definitely loves it, and he
has fun with it.
It's really great to see a charming Bruce, and like a Bruce who's enjoying it and having fun, and is like his little kid is coming out.
And like the people around him bring that out, and that's something I really love about this interpretation of Batman, is it focuses so much on how it affects the people around him. Like, I haven't seen in other Batman movies, or even in a lot of the graphic novels, like Alfred worrying and Alfred crying and Alfred like just sitting by his bedside,
the
and
fire like pulling him out, waking him up, opening the blinds,
and driving him home when he was hallucinating. He's just like so scared, and you can see that, and it's like he's like,
He knows again that we're done.
Yeah.
He knows when we're done. It's so crazy. It's true. And like, even when it was about his dad, like there were scenes with him and his dad at the beginning, it would focus on Alfred and Alfred watching, and it was almost like he was kind of, taking notes, and He was always part of his family.
Always a father figure, and
Yeah.
and it's just,
and he's Batman. He's part of Batman. I literally have not thought of Batman as like a symbol that multiple people are a part of.
Same.
I haven't, because I just thought it was like, I don't know. I thought of it as Bruce Wayne dealing with his trauma. But this shows like, oh yeah, there's hope on the streets. And maybe it gets into that a bit more with like other comics, because I haven't read many. He is doing good. He's doing a good job. And like, and it comes down to like, no, this is my Gotham. And
Right.
he really is living his father's legacy. And they made sure to highlight that his dad really tried. He really did.
the rare person with the means to make something
Yeah.
happen. And then as soon as he was gone, other people with the means just let it all crumble and decided to start making weapons. It's like, and it
happens within family structures. It happens within like communities.
Yeah. And I'm sure that their way to becoming billionaires wasn't always ethical.
No,
'Cause you
he's
can't-
not perfect.
You can't get
Yeah.
there ethically. It's just not possible.
Is he a billionaire in this?
Mhm.
I'm okay.
Because he said billionaire playboy. They just keep saying like billionaire playboy, billionaire. You have a billionaire persona to
Was his
uphold.
dad a billionaire?
I don't know if they were billionaires, but he had Wayne Enterprises, but he was also a doctor.
Yeah, I think it's also just, it's suspending disbelief. It's not actually America today. It's not actually the exact government and stuff. So it could be that they have a lot of money, but maybe like it came back. Like maybe Bruce has more money because of like the charities and stuff. Because it
And
seems
the shares.
Yes, it seems like they were treasured enough and uplifted enough, especially if his great 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 grandpa was like helping free slaves and stuff. Like, this is the first time I've really thought about his dad and the legacy. And I feel like they handled it really, really well. As a kid, he thought he was perfect. Like, his dad was perfect and he couldn't have been. But Bruce Wayne isn't perfect. Our hero is not perfect in this at all. Yeah. And sometimes Batman comes off to me as a little bit too perfect. And that's why I liked seeing his imperfections and being like, I don't have to save you.
Yeah.
And I want that car.
Fire.
I want that car and I want it in black.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that because he's like a little nerd like us. And it just doesn't really work when Bruce takes himself too seriously.
Yeah.
Just like it doesn't work for any of us. Why so serious?
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see their relationship.
I'm excited to watch it again. This one I've watched even more because it's my favorite.
Well, it's also not really depressing.
I mean, the second one, Dark Knight, is my favorite.
Yeah, there are a couple scenes I remember that like really stuck with me as a kid in a good way, but also he really scared me. Joker did.
God, he's brilliant. He was brilliant.
I'm so excited, but like I'm glad that I get to watch this. I'm just so happy. I think all of the casting is so perfect. Like Cillian did amazing. I feel like they really took it seriously and they weren't, oh, it's just a superhero movie.
There was so much fan service. Like
yes, and like true fans.
And I swear, like I remember certain scenes in year one reading it.
Yeah.
And like those exact fights happened in
sounds,
this, or like versions. Like I remember him falling and hitting like stairs and buildings and his grapple gun malfunctioning, and like it's really cool.
And I love that they gave him and Batman as a symbol and idea so much like as a base, and it might not be people's favorite in the series, but it was an amazing first movie because they really were like, okay, we're setting up Batman and then we'll get to Joker and all that stuff. But I really, even with year one, and like I just feel like they did a really great job of taking those comics and just building this base so people really understand this character.
Yep.
It's a really good building block. a good beginning.
They covered
like
it
everything you need for an origin story
without over explaining. Like it was the plot moved quick.
Yes.
It didn't feel like a 2.5
But
hour
it was
movie.
thick. Like it was a lot of depth. There was, lines that'll stick with me, and I know will come back. But
Nolan is so good.
He's so good, and it was so fun. Like I'm not one for action. I don't really care too much about that, but that's some cool ass scenes. I'm like, how do you top that? But I know they do.
Yeah.
Because
Heath Ledger. That's
didn't it? The Dark Knight win.
It won
like best
some
movie
Oscars,
or something.
Yeah. I know Heath won like best supporting
and that's
actor.
a superhero movie.
I know. And this, like, you can't even think of these as superhero movies because they're crime movies. They're like noir crime films.
And I saw the detectiveness coming through,
Yeah.
and him working with Gordon like that. So cool. Like Falcone too. That's mainly The Long Halloween. Like it focuses on the Falcone family and his power. And Ra's is popular, but I found out about him later.
Yeah.
So they're not throwing Joker at you in the beginning.
Mm-mm.
They're not throwing Penguin at you. It's just like they gave you Scarecrow, which I don't really know. That was like the only live action. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. And I could talk about it forever, but I will let us stand up and go because I literally could just blab and blab and blab. But we can continue blabbing next movie.
Yeah. Before we'll do some reflecting.
I love Christian Bale.
He's so... And they got a lot of criticism for casting him at first.
Why?
I think it was going to be Leonardo DiCaprio, and then he didn't take the part. And so
Christian Bale said that he literally all his parts Leo turned down or something.
Yeah.
No, but guess what?
They had Heath, and he had Heath in mind for Batman too.
Oh,
but
and
Heath was like, I don't want to do a superhero movie. But then he watched Batman Begins, and he was like, hey, I have an idea for the Joker. I really, really, I want you. I want to do it. They
hadn't cast the Joker yet.
No.
That's so precious. So how many years between was it? Like 4?
4.
Okay.
There's 4 between all of them.
That's like an exciting amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No. Well, also, Christian Bale has been problematic in the past. I have lots of thoughts on it. But I will say he's not as problematic to me as Leo, who won't date anyone under 25. He's literally dating a 19-year-old right now. That means she spent her high school years witnessing
30,
COVID.
and I can't imagine.
No.
Witnessing...
Yeah. Her high school years were influenced by COVID.
Dude.
And like that's my favorite fun fact to talk about with Christian Bale, that his wife is like a stunt driver. He's like obsessed with her, and they've been together for a really long time.
Great.
And he was like method acting. I feel bad for him, the way he treated the crew member, like that recording. I could talk about this for a long time. I feel bad for everyone in that situation. I'm not saying what he did was right, but like, I don't know. I'm a Christian Bale sympathizer. I love him. And there are just some celebrities you're going to like defend with your whole heart. And I'm so glad I saw this because I feel like he lets Heath shine in this. Yeah, it makes me want to cry. And they loved each other. They did. And the fact that he gave it his all for the first one. And when I think of The Dark Knight, I think of Heath, and that's so sweet and beautiful that he kind of let him shine. And yeah, but thank you to our patrons. Oh, we have something special to say.
Yes. This video is produced by our very first Archmage. And if you don't know what an Archmage is, Archmage are our highest tier Patreon supporters. It's a $50 Patreon supporter, and we want to thank Light Yagami.
No, Yagami.
Okay, I haven't watched Death Notes. I'm sorry. Light Yagami. Thank you so much for producing. This video is produced by Light Yagami, Yuna, and Boomy.
Yeah. And thank you so much to the rest of our patrons. Like, that is just the best kind of support for us and our family. And it's also really fun to know we watched the whole movie together. So if you would like to join, that's available to you at 3 different tiers.
4, I think. Yeah, 4.
4 different.
You get new perks. We're doing music
Oh
reactions.
yeah, four
music reactions over on Patreon for anything above the base tier.
Okay, yes.
But
then yeah, so that's available to you. And also love you, Christian Bale.
Okay, thank you, patrons, so much. Thank you, whoever's watching this. Thank you for watching with us. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to. We're gonna be bringing a lot of exciting reactions your way, and we love you.
Oh,
and
we're
be
also
kind
gonna
to
be
one
watching
another.
the older ones too,
Right,
and
eventually.
live
We're
action
gonna-
like Henry Cavill.
And we're gonna take suggestions always. We're always taking, like, please, whatever you want us to watch, let us know. Anyway, thank you. We love you. Bye.